The veneers are shaking. The crime stories are shaking. The cargo is shaking. Los Angeles is shaking. The presidential election is shaking. I don't know who's shaking, Lil Yachty or Caribou. The fireworks are shaking, and I hope a lot of you learn from this particular story. So, media personality slash rapper slash gangsta 4Extra, California Crip, he lost his fingers in a firework accident on 4th of July. There's a lot to this story that brought us here. Let's talk about it. 4Extra is a media personality that has been featured a lot on like the No Jumper podcast hosted by Adam22. He's known in the streets and in California for knocking people out. Even in his chain, he got a glove, a mitt, you know what I mean? So his hands are very important to his personality. They say that if you try to fight him 30, 40, 50 people deep, he's laying everybody else, fades everywhere. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, he's a hothead. And they put him on a podcast episode with a man named 607 Unc. Now, I am actually very familiar with the teachings of 607 Unc. He's very positive. In this particular clip, he was speaking about using credit instead of debit. It says 607 Unc explains how to become rich while we pay for things for free. So he is a positive influence over the community, talking about what you eat, talking about what you think, the strength of your mind, the positivity of your actions. It's almost giving conscious influencer. So I love 607 Unc. I had never heard of 4Extra until the other day. Because I'm not into that negative, knock a nigga out culture. That's not me. I'm into talking about credit and building and how we can grow as a community and spiritually heal. So in this particular No Jumper episode, you got 607 Unc and 4Extra. And they're talking about gang culture. They're talking about Crips. Now I saw some other clips that I never even knew 607 Unc was even like a part of. Talking to the Bloods, and it looks like he does a lot of work talking about gang stuff. Might even incited some beefs before. I was like, wow, I never saw that side of 607 Unc. But in this particular podcast, they're talking about Crips and Crips that live outside of state, whether or not they are real Crips. So it's a heated conversation. 4Extra is a passionate person, and they're having a debate. Devil's advocate, protagonist, debate. This is not anything that needed to come to blows. But 607 Extra, there's certain type of dudes from prison. There's the meditated ones that just want peace. They've seen enough war. There are ones that are hype, ready to fight anybody. There are ones that stated themselves. There are ones that are ticky boom. He's one of those rah-rah, California, LA rah-rah Crips. Always ready to do something because he's used to being able to knock everybody out. So he's kind of a bully. They get into it and it leads 4Extra to start bullying 607 Unc online. He even stands up and everything, talking about how he's gonna knock him out. He references another gang member, talking about I'm not him. It was just a mess. It was unnecessary. You see him getting in his face? Adam22 just sitting there. This causes 607 Unc to leave the show. He no longer wanted to be affiliated with No Jumper, and Adam22 came on and did episodes about that as well. He's like, okay, now what we gonna do? He's off the show. He ran him off the show. Now, 607 Unc has come online and spoke about his embarrassing, moment with him on camera. And he said surrounded in that area was a whole bunch of Crips with guns ready to protect 4Extra. He said that he was not about to square up with him. He sat still, but let's box. Let's go one-on-one, toe-to-toe. No extra people with artillery. No extra people to jump in. I'm there by myself. Let's fight like men. And you could tell in this moment that 607 Unc was definitely embarrassed. That was his manhood. That's at his job. You should never be intimidated. This was a workspace still, But when you just too hood like that, you don't understand that you're at work right now. There's a certain level of professionalism you need to, hold up in them moments. And 4Extra just too ghetto for that. But 607 Unc, Oh, he had something for him in the spiritual realm that 4 Extra wasn't ready for. So, right before the incident with 4 Extra, 607 Unc was posting on his story. Now, this is a moving video of him running through the grass in a park, playing a song called Spirit Party. Okay? And he was also playing a song in another clip that said, Set the World on Fire. And I was like, ooh, he's out there doing hoodoo. In the clips, they show 4 Unc out there sweating for his life. Whatever he's going through spiritually or whatever he's trying to push through the spirit realm, baby, he was working hard. And I think it worked. I'm sorry. This is him out there, no shoes on, grounding, one with the earth. His eyes look fixated. He looks like he's gaining power. Let me tell you something. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, baby, okay? But I am Bermudian. I am a West Indian Bermudian black woman. My grandpa's from Lake Charles, Louisiana. My grandma's from Bermuda Islands, okay? One thing I know is some people will shake a cat bone at the situation quick when you play with them. Everybody ain't playing, and some people will turn your legs into goat legs, okay? I don't do no love spells. I might burn a candle to bring me some money, some wealth, some happiness, make a honey jar for some peace. But baby, I ain't never done a hex on somebody, but I completely believe that they're real. And if I'm gonna be transparent with y'all, I've had to get a hex up off me. I've had to have my spiritual lady get me together and get something somebody tried to put on me. So roots are real. You even see it says rooted and grounded. He's out there doing roots, and he made sure, oh baby, you're gonna pay for trying to put your hands on me. I'm gonna sacrifice your hand. He was out there with water, fruits, baby. This was a sacrifice to the gods to make whatever happen. And as soon as I saw that he had on no shoes, I said, nah, he put himself in the earth for this spell. Now, don't get me wrong. I love God. And I'm with God, I'm with Jehovah Jireh all the way. I love the Lord, okay? So I pray that's why I don't do no spells on people. What God has for me is for me. I don't move in that energy. I would rather bring some prosperity to myself than put a hex on somebody. But sometimes when people are ashamed or disheartened in the spirit world, oh, it makes it easy to be like, they did something to me, gotta do something to them. And for that, 4 Extra lost his fingers. So he was out there on 4th of July, out there with his homies at a firework-like warehouse. At the warehouse, there's mad explosives. Some stuff that looks like even regular people who are not trained probably shouldn't even have access to. He's hopping around, jumping around, talking about, I'm about to blow somebody's house off. What house am I blowing up today? I'm about to blow a man up. I'm about to set a man on fire. That's what I'm saying. I really do believe in God because even in the word it says, okay, what you speak is going to come into fruition. He spoke that over himself. 4 Extra actually did a spell on himself. I'm going to blow a man up. I'm going to set a man on fire. So excited, so giddy, putting that negative energy out there. And he literally didn't do nothing but perpetuate it heavy on himself. So this is him after he blew his hand up. A lot of reports are saying he blew his hand off because it looked like just bone and it was so bloody. What the reports are saying now is that he just lost fingers. He lost a few fingers. He did not lose his whole hand, thank the Most High. But in this moment, because his head is down, he did lose his vision for a little bit. But who really lost, they said, was one of his homeboys. They said his homeboy, half the face is blown off, half the face is gone. He's not unalived, but he's in critical condition. Now, his sister's got a GoFundMe going for him. He's trying to raise like $33,000 or something for his medical bills, as they should. But this is a lesson. All that whooping on people, being too rough and tough in your Afro puffs, baby, he ain't gonna be hitting nobody. His fighting days are done. That was his right hand. It's over. And when I say everybody's saying the same thing, they like, oh, put that voodoo on him. Oh yeah, he put that root on him. He played with the wrong one. Some people are not big on earth and not tough on earth, but tough in that spiritual world. They got that connection to the Most High, to the root, to what we used to do in Africa, and everybody ain't to be played with. 607 Unc posted this after showing his hand smoking, his right hand at that, trolling him. Telling you, everybody ain't to be played with. And I bet 4 Extra won't be playing too much ever again.